Hello. This is a new survival world, and I'll just be playing through and just recording my experience. Simply because I want to, I guess. When I at least get something out. Um, Something that I've done in the past world, one of my past worlds, is that I just any sort of piece of thing I found for my vehicle, like these crappy scrap wheels, um, I'm going to use, obviously, but I'm going to attempt to use everything I find, at least for my very first vehicle. Like, let's say, like, I find three scrap wheels. I'm going to use only three scrap wheels. I'm not going to craft anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I did with my previous world, but I was already blah, blah, blah. I didn't record anything for that, so it just doesn't feel right to record another. Well, it would feel weird to record a video on something that you haven't done anything with on YouTube. Like you've played for a bit, and then like you record video. That just does not feel right to me. So I'll just, yeah. And I like the early game grind too. Conveniently, that's all I needed to do for there. Pretty sure that was a very lucky throw. Oh dang, there's actually some around here. My last world, I did not have anything spawn around over here. And, well, this time, no. This time I did. Probably shouldn't be sprinting. Hmm. Well, I actually might make a trek because with my last world, I actually just made a vehicle very janky. I used 3 bearings total for four-wheel drive, right? For four-wheel car. It's a very janky vehicle, but uh, the evolution of that vehicle was really cool, actually. I actually really liked how it turned out in the end, at least with what progression I actually got on that world. But I hopefully will continue this world until I get to a warehouse. But the early game in this game kind of grindy, at least until you get uh, whatchamacallit, a craft bot, which all it is just get enough resources, make a first few things for your first vehicle at the crash site. drive that crappy vehicle over to the mechanic station, and then grind for the craft bot. That's pretty much what you have to do in order to, well, unlock the craft bot. But at the same time, you can take things differently. You don't have to craft. You don't. I shouldn't say craft. You don't have to make your first vehicle. You could just foot it, but not as fun, I'd think. I don't think I've ever foot it. Went on foot. Hmm. Ooh, yes, I definitely. Ooh, yeah. I was thinking, like, did I go on the roof last time? But yeah, I did. Ooh. Ooh. Kind of sketch right there. I'm not sure if it's actually even worth it to go to the roof on this one, but mm, nope. Yep. Oop. Okay. I think the strategy is to uh yeah, just wander away from the crash ship over here. And then just go from there, I guess. Oop. Oh, rude much? Wow, not even dropping any component kits or circuit boards. Mhm. I wonder whenever I will get my, oh, what's it been called? The glow stick thing? I don't think I've ever, yeah, I've never actually crafted them, but definitely useful in this type of scenario. Pitch black. Hmm. If I do decide to continue this series, whenever chapter 2 comes out, that will definitely be an add-on to this series. Or at least, new world. Which, I mean, if I continue, that'd be sad, because, I mean, I'd have stuff on this world. But, I don't know. Hmm. And these little Well, in this tile right here, this building, don't mind, but this right here, there's ruins that spawn around the map. This specific one that's in view without this entire building right here, just this like dilapidated corner side, like somewhat built structure, can spawn. I mean, and it's a very basic, but sometimes getting to other floors is difficult, but oftentimes you can just do that. I think this is actually like, this might be actually like an intended thing with the crouch jump, but there'd normally be like another floor, I think. And you can, I actually usually go on top of this and just jump to over here. But I feel like doing that, I guess. Whatever that was. I'll have to go get it. Hmm. Spawn, the, yeah, the spawn area with the crash ship, this building, and that tower, where you find this battery. It's all pretty much the same. Might be a few different loot changes. And the loot does not respawn from what I can tell. Ooh. What? Not taking damage from being up there? That might be a first. But... Ooh, what the? Where'd you come from? Hmm. Well... Let's get that thing. And let's head back to the crashed ship and check that stuff out. And do not worry, I picked up that thing that was over there. It was a just a sunshake. Although it's a sort of a sad crash. That smoke trail from walking from over there over here is really cool looking. Early game, this actually could be like a good place. Like those trees right here, these things, you can break them and get embers, which is used to get upgraded metal, which could be used for various things, and also is very important. But yeah. Ah, that's what that noise was. Hmm. Yeah, connect tool is very important. Um, ooh, 4 barrels. I could use that for individual connections for the wheels. And yeah. Aw, man. Circuits? Mm-hmm. Oop, I'll get them. I'm not too concerned about wood because I can just destroy trees. I've always had an issue with circuits. They're just never around when you need them. Oh. Ooh. I don't think I've actually ever seen this tile on my own. Oh. Oh yeah. I must have never seen this tile then. Because I have. Well, yeah. I've just never seen it. The more spines, the better. What? Bucket in there? That's kind of cool. Yeah, you can find buckets. Oh yeah, there you can usually find two. Apparently there's one here. I've never actually seen that. And sometimes on the shore, along the shore, I don't think it's like okay, like you like it just randomly generates a block of a bucket. Like I don't think it's just like oh yes, random bucket there. I think it's with the world gen, like I guess like this entire game generates with tiles, which I don't know how to explain that. Like you'd have like the water being a tile, the shore with like the shore being a tile. I'm not sure about underwater. I'd assume that'd be the same. And then you got like the flatlands, not the flatlands, but just the grass. Then you got these structures which are considered tiles, just like the ship, the ruin structure, and over there, and also that tower. Those all would be considered tile structures or tiles that take form in a structure. Hmm. Beeswax is good for tires. Those ones are annoying to get though. And instead of just wandering around, gonna get this stuff early. And instead of just wandering around, like trying to like, ah, yes, there's beeswax up on the other side. Instead of just like hop jumping, just get that stuff, or even crouch jumping. Just place down your lift and just ride along it. It's what you would call using your available resources. Where is it? Oh, is that it? Okay. Yep. Perfect. Executed absolutely perfect. And getting quite a bit of the stuff is very useful for tires because they add up whenever you're trying to make a vehicle from scratch. Normally, if I'm overwhelmed with uh, Haybots, I will throw water at them because that ragdolls them, and you can usually get a good 4 hits on them. Which the hammer, if you hit a Haybot 5 times, kills them. Yeah. Yeah, Haybot, yeah, Haybot's five hits, Greenies 3 hits. And, yeah, the water bucket, like you throw water at them, or just like throw. I won't do it because not really necessary. But yeah, you can get a good 4 hits on them. And then they get up and pretty much instantly hit you. At least with my own experience. Ooh, yes. Okay, now I can make myself a seat. Yeah, this is the tile. It's close to the, uh, nope. This is a similar tile, not the same thing. Like, normally this wouldn't be here, but odd hitbox. But yeah, this is a similar one that has that and there we go. Now, typically in tiles that are further away from the crash site, like if you get the logbook over there, like remember it's typically further away from the crash site, you'd actually get into actual procedurally generated terrain or randomly generated terrain. I think those are the right terms. I know randomly generated terrain is correct. Yeah, your first destination is the mechanic station. Typically, if you go to that tower, like you go from the crash site to the tower, over to that other ruin, then follow the road that's connected to it. Typically, it would lead to that, the mechanic station, but sometimes it splits off. Yeah, corn, you can use to get milk, which sun shakes are, I mean, I don't think you can get them. Like, you can't craft them or attain them in any special way. But with the milk, which I typically have a lot of, um, ooh, quite loud in here. Oop, did not anticipate that. But I guess I forgot about it. Yeah, the more wood you typically have is the better, because wood is used quite a bit. It's fairly light, and I mean, this is just scrap wood, but yeah, light, not really durable. Decent amount of friction and buoyancy. So you could use it for other contraptions. But yeah, you would want to get quite a bit of this stuff and refine it into just normal wood. Which is, it's not a 1-1 ratio, but I think it's like, it costs 15 to get 10. So it's not horrible in the grand scheme of things. Because I'm pretty sure one of these gives you 5, not 5, 10. Which, yeah, collecting, like refining those just to get the blocks is overall good, so you don't lag up your world. And what I'm gonna do is just come over here and get this little cart. So I think I'm gonna get all this. Yeah. Might as well. And this disables your sprinting, but overall it's still good to use your available resources. Like, I'm just going to use this as, well, it has a bunch of pipes, so I like to use pipes for my vehicles. And since I'll be making a trike, because I have, well, 3 wheels, it'll be, well, should be fun. Since I don't think I've ever made a trike. And I'm going to be using the seat as my base for the connections. Oops. And that's the issue with a trike early game. Yep. Only, it's a 4 by whatever. Yep. A 4 by 6. So let's see what I can do. Ooh. With this whole setup, it's pretty much what I've done with my first vehicle. In my other world, just with a 4th wheel. Okay, then I guess I'll... There we go. And the only mods that I'm actually using in this world is the, like the small connection tool, whatever. Just because it looks a whole lot nicer, in my opinion. Those two I might come back for because, I mean, in transition for, I guess a good transition for these 2 pipes. which I like. Ah, yes, very reliable. Hmm. Yeah. There it is. Sun shakes are a pretty good drink because they restore health. Just gonna finish that off. And there we go. Let me see if I can't. Well, I know I can, so. There we go. Should be more stable. Yeah. This is actually my first time ever making a trike. So this is, I mean, not too bad, I shall say. I mean, it's pretty bad, but mm, that should be better. It's annoying with it being underneath, getting blocked by the wheel. Mm. Aside from the issue, this vehicle having issues with running properly, yep. Oh, ooh. The only other issue, typically, aside from being very dedicated to single world, is finding a base location. Which I might find something that hits some points, but not all the points that I would like to hit with a base location. Just because it's I get very particular and I really shouldn't. With my last world, I did not make any farms. I've never farmed in that world actually. And I probably could have got a spud gun because I had everything, I just needed a farm. And actually it's in a pretty good location too. There's a pretty big peninsula which funnels mobs, well, I should say robots, to a single side, which means you only need to protect it from one side, and it's surrounded by water, and the other on the other sides. And it also this thing loves to flip. Hmm. Like I'm just gonna convert it to what I did in my last world. I think these pipe pieces are just aesthetic. It should be more stable though. But, janky. But, yeah, I should probably start farming early on because, I mean, running out of food is an issue. Ooh. That's very finicky for me. Also, with my last world, even though it might be kind of annoying here, the first time I actually ran into one of these structures, um, like all the lights that were like these lights that was connected to the roof fell off, and just it was not nice because I had to collect them because yeah, I mean I don't mind collecting them because it just means more lights for me, but it was annoying because it's just sudden lag. That won't work. Hmm. Hmm. That's right up there. Hmm. I would like to get somewhat far away from this, but because well, loot is a nice thing to have. Ooh, warehouse over there. But over there seems like to be a nice area, but it's very close. This also seems to be quite flat. Good for a large farm with water nearby. Hmm. Hmm. That's quite a bit of water. And yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, throat. Hmm. With finding one of these structures, aside from being able to craft the craft bot, you also get one of these things, which is the same crafting interface as the crash site, crash ship, crashed ship, and same exact requirement. Which, if you did not know, it's up here in room 2. You say I just went in here to get these, which I'll take this. Actually, oh, I like room 3 better, simply because it's just closer to the road. This beautiful friend right here is a permanent resident of this room. He constantly spawns in this room. So if you like sleep in here, not just sleep in this top one because you spawn in, it'll just start attacking you instantly. Here we go. Glow sticks. As far as I know, there's the only thing that produced light with your character holding them. Yep, I thought I heard walking. And late game, if you're making tier 3 metal and concrete or concrete, well, tier 3 metal glass. For late game, like you need like a lot of it for whatever reason. Dang. You got the Ember Forest, which seems to be two right next to each other, with the ruin. With this music, I mean, it like almost has like a post-apocalyptic vibe. Craftbot, yeah. This is very annoying. And yeah, you can make other things such as the cookbot, refinebot, dressbot, and resource collector. Having the resource collector for the refinebot is really nice. Yeah, the craftbot, just crafting interface. Cookbot cooks you food instead of just eating just like carrots, all this. They can make better food. Like this does the carrots are slightly better for food. Tomatoes is slightly better for water. The beets are it's pretty much the even one. The shakes are really good because they give more thirst than hunger, but also gives health. So you can pretty much consider the shake the equivalent for what the cookbot can do, because you can make, I think it's the pizza burger, the veggie burger, and the revival baguette. Which the baguette I think is only for multiplayer, which I mean it's okay. Like if you get knocked, if like you die, you get knocked out and then you respawn. Um, you can use that in multiplayer. Like your friend can revive you with the baguette, which is pretty nice. I've only seen videos with it, but yeah. This is your first taste for a wheel. Just a single wheel. I'm pretty sure this is all you can find around the world. Well, no, actually, I found a field. Actually had one of these supporting up the house, which I find kind of interesting. Hmm. Do not know why my vehicle's upside down, but Yeah, I'm gonna do a slight upgrade. But with this scrap engine, you can only have two connections. And this is what I did with the my first vehicle on my other world. Is that I did this, just same concept with the back tires. Just no steering. Because I feel like that'd be a bit overkill. Since I actually have more corner pipes, I could actually do it too, because I have some straight pipes and some normal pipes. Which, I mean, it'd work. Yeah, these haybots will destroy your vehicle. Well, that ain't good. It's also another good way to use your uh, water. Use that to temporarily knock them out so you can actually breathe instead of nearly dying because you just have too many on you. Which, just, yeah. With them in a massive horde like that, is very dangerous. Which is why I tend to have a lot of water pockets in my inventory. Just in case if I ever need them. And this right here is a peninsula, if you did not know. For this, at least in this game, that's what I consider them. Like you would have like farm over here, and a raid could spawn out here. If you're in like an open field, they can have spawn all around you. Which then only greenies can spawn in water, because haybots, well, they are pretty much afraid of water. With a toilet can be a lifesaver too. In different situations, such as up there. It's like long story short up there. Yep, I am. Yep, we need 10 of each, which, oops. Yeah, 10 component kits and 10 more circuit boards. Not 10 more, but. And yep. Let's say like you with like the first structure I got to the roof, I placed my lift down and jumped on it. Just yeah, but in some instances you won't have that freedom. Such as right now. Just but with toilet you could just very easily get to higher places. And it helps that you can reach quite far. Yeah, so far we've been destroying green chests. This is a gold chest, or just a yellow chest. It's considered gold because you get higher level components. Well, I should say just parts, or whatever. I'm not sure what the loot pool is, but I think you can get just like a regular, like this is just like a passenger seat or a just a seat, the saddle variant, which in a trike case is very good because 3 blocks, which means that's a center point. So making vehicles with that is very nice. It has the same variant as for a normal driving seat. Yeah, you can do this with your toilet instead of just jumping down, taking all that fall damage, and you risk dying, or just climbing down the way you came. You can do that and neglect all fall damage. And yeah. It is a very nice thing to have. I tend to have one always in my inventory. Yeah. The Ember Forest can spawn ruins in them. Such as right there. And yeah, there's like you got these Ember Forests, but you should really be careful when you approach them to look out for the red guys. They're pretty much the right now they're pretty much the boss. Pretty much the boss bot in this game for now. Whenever Chapter 2 comes out, they will be releasing a new boss, or a actual boss. That will be on top the warehouses all the way over there. Which they spawn also randomly, just like every single tile. Which I think there is some similarities. Not similarities, but the same constants, I should say. Like the warehouse, not the warehouse, the mechanic station, and the crashed ship. I think those are the same, along with other major structures. Like I'm pretty sure the warehouses are randomized, but they have like a constant value. Like I should say value, I should say number. They have a different value, a different amount, but a very, what am I saying? They have the same amount or a very similar amount. Like you can only have like 7 to 9 in a single world. Nothing more, nothing less. Just in between those two values. Because like you're not gonna always like with the mechanic station, you'll always have one in your world at the very least. I'm not sure if that number is randomized between 1 and 2. Yes, there is more than one mechanic station. Um, they both provide the exact same stuff. It's pretty much the exact same tile also. Ooh. Hmm. Yeah. Oops. Oh, okay. Let's just stop that. I don't need a single seed. I prefer corn. Just so I can get some more milk whenever I decide to get that. And with seeds, you pretty much duplicate them as you grow more crops. Hmm. Yeah, nighttime is not the best time. There's no difference, there's no light. Yeah, early game before you actually find like a permanent base or even a chest, placing the blocks that you physically can is a very nice thing to do. And is a nice feature also. There's only a few blocks like the beeswax. They don't stack like this. Same for the component kits, they don't stack. Sadly. Yeah, corn that doesn't stack, this does. It is sad that some things can't be stacked, but sometimes that can actually turn out to be a good thing. When it comes to aesthetics, like you can do this for like the side of your vehicle. Can make a nice little spiked thing. And that should be good. I think I'm just gonna foot the rest. Now I'm going to go to that. No, I'll go over here to the Ember Zone and go towards that ruin. I think it's right in view. And the Ember Zone, I mean, it's pretty much just a burnt down forest. Just gives you a bunch of these ember trees that you can destroy. Oh, oh, jeez, that scared me. Yeah. Oh, I'm stuck. Run, run, run. Oh, oh, sort of in panic. Yeah, I tend to. Well, as soon as I kill them, I like to uh, refine their spines. Because, well, I don't want to actually leave them behind because they're loose objects and they'll accumulate lag over time when more and more start piling up in the world. Because this game, depending on what you're doing, can get quite laggy. This is a normal chest. Not normal. It is not a slightly collapsed chest. So I don't know why I went hitting it. Hmm. Good amount of not circuits components. Getting a large amount of component kits are a very uh, key thing. Like no matter what you have, no matter what quantity of component kits you have, it is always recommended to get more. But if you already have a large amount, don't go out getting even more. Specifically, I should say. It's always good to just collect them, like if you're just ruining, just going to ruins to collect just circuit boards or whatever, chemicals, or just miscellaneous things. And you come across component kits, get them. Because let's say late game you decide you want to make a massive ship or like a recreation of the crashed ship. And you want to use a bunch of thrusters. Um, you want to get as many component kits as you want, as you need, or as you can, as you physically can. Because getting, I believe, one thruster to max level, which is 5, will require 70 component kits. Or it might be 60. Because it requires, I think, 30 or 40 tier 3 metal and 10 component kits. I know it's 10 component kits. And 10 each upgrade. So it's probably 60. So yeah, heavily recommended to get as much because and that's just one thruster. It has multiple areas that requires probably 6 thrusters if it was to be an accurate recreation of the crashed ship. But in an Ember Forest, like you got these little ow things on the ground. If you also see a farm bot, like a grayed out melted farm bot, which is what those red guys are actually called, then you want to stay clear of that Ember Forest because it means that that is a spawnable location for the farm bots. before the big red guy. And that is a very, like, you can't kill him with a few hits with the hammer. The hammer actually doesn't do any damage to him at all. I'm pretty sure. I've never actually fought one. Just what I've seen with YouTube. And one of these little enslavement camps, you could say. Just little... Yeah. These can be brought to the farmer, which you can eventually find. Which I'm pretty sure just down the road, like, oh, the opposite direction. Like, you drive down the road to the warehouse, not the warehouse, mechanic station from the crash ship. And following that road, you could eventually lead to the hacking station, which oftentimes actually has the trader behind it. Oh, 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 there we go. But I'm pretty sure within a certain distance of the crashed ship, it'll not generate one of those red guy forests. Because they can spawn in forests too. I think it's just it's just like something that happens. It's not, there's like no melted farm bot to tell you that there is one of those locations, or that it is one. Mm. Yeah. Ooh. Well, it might not be good that I'm getting this close because that, I'm pretty sure, is the crashed ship location. And yeah. Next, I'm probably fine to loot this building for the circuit boards because I only have 7. And yep, I am fine. Oh. This strategy with the haybots, I find to be probably the most efficient so far. With holding the hammer, they recognize that it's a dangerous thing, so they just try to like stay back. Same with the, not the water bucket, but with normal water. They don't like to swim in it. Just like the greenies, like they swim in it. But yeah, this strategy with like slightly circling around it, I find to be better because they just miss. But yeah, I wonder how much I'll get out of all of this, circuit board wise. Well, I have a good amount of circuit board component kits. Ooh. Yeah. I'm getting a good amount of everything besides circuit boards. which are very key to progression. Well, component kits are probably even more key, because those are not strictly, but they're primarily used in upgrading. Upgrading your not scrappy parts. Like you got this, I have the scrap engine and seat. Well, driver's seat. Ooh, a garment box. With my backpack, my clothes, but not my hair. Those are... You can get these by opening up garment boxes. Like this is the common rarity, so I only get common clothes. There's... I think we're an epic. Even though I would call them different things, but that's what they're called. But yeah, they can get you the corresponding rarity level. Yeah, coming up here to the roofs of buildings typically has a chest along with a chance of having a gold chest, which I once found one back here too. Not in the same tile, but this type of structure, same type. Ooh. Oh, that's a 4-story. That deserty looking tile right there can be used to, if you go into it and search, like, or look around for a black pond, which the black pond in that tile is actually just oil, which can be used to get oil, which then can be turned into gasoline, which is good for thrusters and little engines, car engines. Well, not car engines, just called just a gas engine. Yep, right there. It's almost like an oasis too. I'm not I'm not sure if I can pick it up. No. Like with water, you can just jump in and just like go swimming with a bucket and it'll fill up. Yeah, this doesn't. Ooh. These wheat fields are good for 3 different things. One is the corn. 2 is the cows that's in them. And 3, but sadly, is the hay bots. Since they're hay bots, they're gonna collect this stuff and, well, yeah. Their natural enemy seems to be the cows. Like, they just kill them for no reason. Which I actually don't understand. Like, I know the farm bots are, like, corrupted from their... Like, they're supposed to be in here just, like, farming up all this stuff. Harvesting all this wheat. But then, like, they get corrupted somehow and... I don't know. Kill everything. Besides their own kind. Or their own robots. Like, you don't really see robots killing robots in this game. In survival mode, at least. I'm not sure about... Well, I shouldn't say that. I know about creative, like you... I'm not sure if it's a mod or not, but I know you can color the capsules in creative. And different colors will fight. Oh, dang. Oh, yikes. What? Where did they all come from? Like, that is a large amount of uh, Haybots I've ever seen in one location. Uh, this is the one downside to all of this. You can't see how far away it is. Only thing you can with is the beacons, which will display right here. And that's the only way you can tell. Well, I will travel over back to my junk. And there it is. And I do believe that that structure I said that I thought was the uh, crashed ship, I believe was wrong, actually. No. No, 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 no. Run, 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 run. Oh, what? Where are they? Oh. Well, oh, I believe I have a cheese. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, oh. Well, that ain't good. Hmm. Yeah, with the I'm not sure if I've seen it there, but yeah, I was just walking straight to that, and they definitely look different. And I came over here and checked, and it's like right over there. So they tend to, I, I would think it just like in that direction of the mechanic station. And that's the structure I was talking about. And this just whole area does not seem right, at least for the crashed ship. Just way over there. Not that far, but it's like, so did I just wander right here? Hmm. Yeah, it's just like right in the way. Yeah, it's not that far of a travel. It's just annoying. And the only way to fix this whole thing is to find cotton and just make a bed. Thus comes the hard part, I believe. Oh no. Inventory management? Nah. Deciding what to throw out. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's too much. Like with the grass, like, yeah, it's just this. You can do this to help see through the grass, or at least what's on the ground. Like, the sparkles helps, but you might overlook one whenever it doesn't sparkle. Mhm. Um, hmm. Thankfully there is no penalty for dying, or at least, no, like, you don't lose, like, your items are deleted. It's just, I'm pretty sure your health and your hunger and thirst are halved. Or it's just brought down to half. Um, like if you die, let's say, um, you die from hunger or dehydration. And you spawn with full health and hunger. It's not like a very imbalanced thing, like, okay, there's no real penalty for dying, if that's all that happens. So, having all your health and hunger halved, and your, thirst too. With all that being at half amount, or half of the max, it provides some amounts of difficulty. Well, not difficulty, it makes you not want to uh, die. And getting garment boxes I would consider to be very valuable until you unlock all the clothing for that tier, which you can easily tell if it doesn't allow you to unlock anymore. Like batteries right now, at my level, I don't need. And I can go without needing. These batteries are used for um, electric engines, and I'm not sure if they're used for crafting recipes, but they might be. I will save that. I believe sometimes they can be up there too. I'm not too sure about that though. Oh. Though if I do remember, uh, the collision boxes up here are quite odd. That is always welcomed. I can go without potatoes. Those potatoes are just the actual outcome. Like you get like from tomatoes, you can get tomato. From tomato seeds, you can like when you farm, you get tomatoes, and along with seeds. With potatoes, it's what I just dropped, which is just used for the cookbot and for your eventual spud gun as ammo. Hence why it looks the way it does. I mean, this is like a nice location. Four-story warehouse, a lot of ruins. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into that forest over there, and then make my way over there. Because those trees look a bit red. And to get a bed, you need cotton, which only spawn in autumn biomes, which are red trees. And there they are, right there. That is fantastic. What do I not need? I'll drop that because I simply don't have any use for them right now, and primarily because I have some at home at the mechanic station. But yeah, these bonds are the exact same as a normal forest, or just it's cotton. These are pigment flowers. They're used to make paint. If you didn't know. Oop. What could I drop? Yeah, paint right here. Which once you get a paint gun, you can use. Which I'll collect because it requires 5 flowers just to craft 5 of these, which is just a single craft. That's a good amount of fertilizer though. No, planning on doing some farming. Yeah, with this glow stick, you can freely use your right click. Like, right clicking does not do anything with it. But left clicking, I will not demonstrate, but it throws a glob of. Well, I'm pretty sure, like it's supposed to be like you threw the glow stick and then it like breaks and then spawns a glob of glue, whatever. Which, I mean, makes sense. But I find whenever I accidentally throw them, because I typically don't need them, are unpredictable. Or, for the most part, unpredictable. Okay, time to head back. Well, that is not nice. At least that just so it doesn't cause lag. Well, yeah. I might run into that, ruin. I would say that this is a normal forest, but I'm actually not sure. It's very dense for my liking. Oh, there it is. Oh, technically not. It's two different things, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that I've seen. Okay, well, I can't see the roof, but from what I can tell, it might be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's like right in the right location. I'll eventually use this. Okay, just that one from Fabot. Hmm. Yep, and there it is. Um, hmm. I'm instantly going to start making that because it takes a bit of time. Yeah, oh my gosh. Refine bot is very useful to get. A trust bot. Tier 3 metal. I'm assuming they made it tier 3 metal because they're probably like, ah yes, everyone's probably going to be wanting um to change their clothing and to use the garment boxes. And yeah, tier 2, tier 1. Yeah. What I'll do is... Oh, okay, I guess I can't. Yep. They have to be upgrading because just having two slots is very annoying. Especially early game. Because it's just, yeah. Yep, and this is the oil that you'd get from the pond. And yeah, everything requires their own thing. Tires requires beeswax, yeah. 6 just to make one tire. I have gathered quite a bit of scrap metal. I am definitely surprised. Oops. These, I mean, yeah, they're wood, but these are considered rods, which the resource collector can pick up, rods, which there are two other rods, the stone rod and the metal rod. Um, and you could technically consider these to be the scrap wood rod, not just a wooden rod. Because this, once you refine it, gives you scrap wood. That right there is a thick pine tree, I'm pretty sure. That, once you harvest it, when you refine down the rods, will give you just normal wood. And a lot of it, I think. Yeah. Ooh. And yeah, getting one of these resource collectors can be useful. I can see why. I can see why you would get one early game. I tend to not early game, just because it's a big old hefty thing to haul around. But the resource collector collects the rods. The refine bot refines those rods in the resource collector. Um, yeah, into their corresponding block. It's not like an increased amount or anything. It's just it does it automatically. Which is very useful. Yeah, this little puny little thing. This thing sucks. This engine right here. I mean, it gives you a max slot of 10. This normal gas engine gives you a max slot of. It might be 10 also, actually. But it gives you the opportunity to upgrade with component kits. Like you got the saddle seat, the driver's saddle seat, passenger seat, or just normal seat, and you got its corresponding seat, the driver's seat. All of these, the sensor, the suspension, the piston, gas engine, and electric engine, all of these seats, the thruster, the controller, the what else can be upgraded? Actually, I think it's all that can be upgraded in this menu, or at all. Which, yeah, that's not too much, but um, they all can be upgraded with a max level of 5, along with the craft bot. The the other the other bots in here can't be upgraded. Which, yeah, doesn't seem like too much you can upgrade, but including like everything, including the thruster, adds up a lot. Like upgrading like this, I could upgrade this one more, just get. Actually, I will. But yeah, 20 just to upgrade it to the max. Which, to me, doesn't seem all that useful. I think. But, yeah. Getting as many component kits as possible early game is really good. Especially because some of these things actually requires component kits. Yeah. Besides the size difference, like this, the saddle seat is 3 blocks wide. This is 4 blocks wide. The only difference is also the cost. This requires 10 cotton, which is the only difference, and this requires 5. Which, personally, I don't mind. Um, just the cost difference on like the size difference. I think I've only ever really had a different never really had any need to have a different size, besides from this thing. But yeah, um, this large chest has these ports on them, which multiple things have them, like there's one right there. Let this one take its time, but like you can see right here in this little preview, as these top ones, side ones. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that doesn't. This like has one there and there. Has these different ports that you can hook up with these vacuum tubes, which this is vacuum pump, which can automatically collect um uh this crude oil. Can also collect these chemicals and water. Like you just dip this front bit, this little nozzle in the water, or I think it can be like right on the surface also. But you can automatically pump fluids into a chest. I think you can have like the vacuum tube having one of these um two vacuum tubes off and going into a chest in one of these ports, which then you can automatically, like you hook up a switch to it and pump into the chest, which then you might have seen. This has a port. There's two of them, along with the refine bot, which is right on that other side. The other two don't. For automatically, you can automatically export the refined resources into a chest, which is very helpful. Which, if you have, I believe at any level of this, you can have a chest on either port. This is considered the import and the export slots. But once you do that, you can't like have stuff in your inventory and craft. Like you can't just straight up craft right here anymore with all this in inventory. It has to be in either chest, I think. And with that, you can actually hook up a people on YouTube call it a crafting chain, which all that does is has a loop between these two ports, which then it's pretty much a storage system, which very helpful. But yeah, the large chest gives you, I believe, 3 rows of 9. It's like this, just 3 rows of 9. But this normal chest, which significantly cheaper, gives you 2 rows of 9. I'm pretty sure. But it requires glue, which, I mean, isn't that difficult to get. Yeah. Early game, I just tend to throw stuff in the corner. Pretty much. Um, hmm. Uh, yeah. Yeah, inventory management I would consider to be very important in this game. because, yeah, it gets out of hand. Which, with the glue and the gasoline, you can also get from the underwater. Let's see if I can find any. Here it is. Right here is some glue clams. Upon destroying gives you glue clams. Which 3 of these there we go. Don't mind these little boogers. But yeah, they can be 3 of them can be turned into 1 thing of glue. This is a little Trudel deposit thing. Whatever terminology helps. Which I think there is 3 technical variants. Like, this is like the super full one, which gives you typically more than 1. Which I will collect. Which I seem to not have any lower tier, I think. And like this is like the low tier that, well, maybe. You know what? Discard what I said. Okay, so I just finished collecting up some materials, just quite a bit of extra clams actually. Those will be later used for the large chests, most likely. But yeah, just took a short break. Yeah, sort of feeling like upgrading this little trash thing. But getting some more glue will be useful. Hmm. Hmm. Do you wonder where any nearby creatures are? Farm bots, whatever. And this is, well, how this is how you get that milk. I personally don't like having multiple cows getting more milk or consuming more corn because they take some amount of corn and then they produce one milk. With having more, that adds a larger buffer for that milk. There we go. Is this what I think it is? Hmm. Oh, there we go. Got the needed circuit boards that are needed for the upgraded engine. With upgrading from scrap to just basic, or the lowest, with newer parts, I should say, because you can just simply upgrade them. The real only difference with the scrap to, well, it's very apparent with the, uh, with the, engine, because, it just, does not run consistent. Like, it doesn't move your vehicle, like, consistently. It's just, sometimes it goes, and then it slows down, and it speeds up, and it slows and goes, and continues. In a very wacky way. With the basic engine, it's consistent, I should say. Well, yeah. But with the, that's the scrap engine, but with the scrap seat, there really isn't much of a difference. Just you can't upgrade it. Same with the scrap engine, but I think it has a smaller turning radius also. Which, yeah, for a vehicle is really not that good. I will force you to eat this milk. This milk. Beautiful milk. Yeah. Then I got quite a bit too. Well, with I should eat, but with yeah. So I'm gonna first upgrade the engine. We'll get a better engine. And then I'm not sure if I'll upgrade it. I might upgrade it a few times. But with the basic engine, besides it from being consistent, it's also more efficient with fuel consumption. Actually, I think I just recently fueled it up, but it's more, yeah, it's more efficient with the fuel, and the more you upgrade it, the more efficient it gets, and the more connections you can get. Because like right now I have only 2 connections with the scrap engine. With the upgraded engine, or with the normal engine, same amount of connections, but the more you upgrade it, the more you get. I think with the first upgrade, like this is just a tier 1 engine, with it being tier 2, it allows you 2 more connections. Ooh, 10 slots. Alright, goes with the hotbar. Yeah, getting all the non-stackables, such as all the beeswax, is very nice for chests. Along with blocks, too. Because who wants to be placing all 160? With the garment boxes, I don't really mind. Because they are single stack items. Like the beeswax, that's a 10 stack item, just single stack in wood placing. Should probably get the fuel up. And yeah, I'll be doing tires also. Mm. Huh. I'm wondering if I should make one more of those tires and then make a big tire. Because as I was on my little break between clips, I just went to create and made a trike. And I mean, it worked, and it's kind of fun. The one thing I definitely need to make is a fuel container. Ooh. Yeah, making a fuel container will be nice. Oops. I guess I forgot those key component. I'm holding up my entire vehicle. Okay then. It was like this, wasn't it? Mm. I should probably just upgrade my tires for now. And my front steering system. Should probably do that also. Oops. Yep, just hold stun. Uh, 5 per. And then 15 per. How will I do the front top? Um, I don't know. I was thinking like, because, no, I don't know. Since it's even, I could make a big tire, then have like a bearing there, like where it is, and another on the other side. Turning arms are like this, just attach to the big wheel, but that wouldn't really work. Then I started to think like, something that could make it work, because having it turn like that, it just wouldn't work because of the two different joints, I guess. Uh, hmm. Here's a good use with the, well, earlier I said something about these. I said stuff about this, the, glow stuff, the glow sticks, and how it was unpredictable. Well, that does a little bounce thing. But in this instance, with, uh, shedding some light on this, uh, area, especially for the whole YouTube visibility thing, it is very nice. Although personally, outside of recording and all that, I don't really do it because I just suck it up and deal with the dark. This should be, oh, this should already be sufficient amount of wood for me to make the wheels, but yet again, collecting all of it to reduce lag. And also, long run gets you more resources. Sometimes the early game grind is quite nice because it just makes you deal with the slow process. Which I've watched YouTube videos about other people's whole experience. And overall, it just seems like you need a lot of patience throughout the entire game. It probably doesn't help that the whole game is centered around farming now. But personally, I love the grind. This game just helps with the grind. Okay, so I got 2 tires. Probably could have, just saved a bit, but I mean, it takes 40. This is 10 each, so yeah, 50 right there. There you go. Ooh. Well, that ain't nice. But earlier I 100% seen more over here. Oop, respawned. Yeah, vehicle, I'd prefer not to use it right now. Well, yeah. Enjoy the scenery, walk around. I would hate that task in real life to get beeswax. Ooh. Just no. Well, got plenty. Okay. Just about done. And since I designed this around the whole other design, whatever you want to call it, it is not hmm, well suited for this task, for this formation of tires. Hmm. Ah, yes, very reliable. Ah, yes, just as reliable as it was in the creative world. Hmm. So far, from what I've found, the best way to help with the weight is to just add weight in the front. I'm not sure how this is going to help, but not that much, apparently. I guess it's French leaning over there. Oh, no, yeah, that ain't the issue. Let's blame the issue on it not being a centered wheel. Because look at that. Yeah. Hmm. I mean, okay, it works with me. Should be overall more stable now that there's a centered wheel. Oh, okay then. Hmm. Oh. I guess why? Because when would this ever be a very valid thing to do? Or just for the extra insanity, let's just add more wheels on it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure if it's better to have it for flipping purposes, but yeah, let's just revert it. Oh, hmm. Hmm, well, I think that'll be it for this whole thing. For now. I mean, so far, I mean, it's a little live that comes out, and like, I like it. Gives it like a whole bare bones feel. Perhaps like entire vehicle out of just pipes. I think everything's exposed, easily accessible. Just realized I forgot to put this back on. Gives me a nice vibe. And perhaps, I mean, it could be a very cool vehicle. But yeah, that'll be it, I guess. Hmm.